Hey guys, welcome back to Get Your Wellies. Today we're going to talk about the orange hat. That's a micro tomato, so we're going to plant that today and follow it through the season. But first of all, why don't you get your wellies, meet me in the garden. Well, other than the crazy weather here in Arkansas, which is pretty standard, things are going quite well. The garden's slowly coming along. I'm doing a lot of cleanup out there. Seems like there's just a lot more things to get straight this year, but I'll be doing another garden tour shortly. But today I wanted to talk about a micro tomato that was brought to my attention by a viewer of mine. And this is it right here. It's called Orange Hat, and it's a small tomato. It's very small, about 10 inches tall. I have grown micro toms before, and they're even smaller, and the taste is okay on those if you let them get really, really red. The viewer that told me about this one, and I'd seen them in passing before but hadn't really paid too much attention, but the viewer told me that these have a much better flavor than micro toms do. So I want to, number one, I want to try them, so that's a good enough reason to grow them. Number two, I thought I would take this opportunity to do a side-by-side comparison of growing them in the green stalk planter. So I have several slots available on the second level of the planter. As you can see here, I still have micro toms going. I'll leave those alone, but this second level is where I'll plant the orange hat. So I'm going to prepare these pockets for my seeds, and I'm going to put a little bit of bone meal, a little bit of blood meal in each one. So I'm going to alternate these pockets. So just a little bit of blood meal in there, a little bit of bone meal. One of the things about the green stalk, I really do like it, but these pockets are pretty small, so you do have to make sure you give your plants fertilizer. Okay, so we'll do alternate ones, so let's come back and do this one. Little blood meal, little bone meal, and I'm not putting huge amounts of these in here just because this is a small space. Actually put fertilizer in one more than I intended to right now, and I'll probably put some basil seeds in there. This basil at the top, I'm keeping it cut fairly short, but in order to help keep hornworms away, probably best to just go ahead and let it, at least some of it, go to seed, and that seems to be a pretty good deterrent for them. Never had one get on one of my small tomatoes, but I can only imagine that would be a overnight disappearance and a big fat worm somewhere in there. Okay, so we got actually got 4 of these ready for seeds. So let me go ahead and plant some seeds. Now, the seed companies, Baker Creek's usually pretty good, but this promises a minimum of, I believe it was 10. I mean, we got a few more than that, but not just a whole lot. So let's go ahead and plant there's 2 in there. Let's try and flatten it off a little bit where I'm going to put them. course, tomatoes only need to go under 1/4 of an inch, not much. And then we'll do this one, it'll be our last one. So 1, and 2. Okay. That soil is pretty moist, so I'll probably leave watering till later today if it doesn't rain again. Okay, now as we get the Aerogarden ready, this is the seed starting tray. Has 23 slots in here, and this is what I've been using on and off during the beginning of the year just to get things going. So I'm going to take this one out and clean it and put it away. And now I'm going to replace that with the tray that's actually meant for growing things in. So this requires a little bit of a change on how you set it up. So basically we're going to add our tube in here. Then we clip these two parts together. If you're interested in these, they're really kind of fun to use. But the pump will send water up through here, and this disperses all throughout the top of this. And then the water runs back down into the reservoir through here. So this all clips together. Pretty straightforward. You just got to be sure and make sure you keep all your pieces together. You don't want to lose this tube, and you do have to take it out when you do the seed starting tray. Otherwise you're going to have water just spraying all up out the top of here. So I just checked that again for fit, and that's fine. So I'm going to take the tray back out for a moment while I fill it with water. It's just a whole lot easier to do it with the kettle or a big jug or something over here than try and lift it all out and stuff. It just is awkward that way. Okay, so I have enough seeds to do 2 in each pod, and I'm doing 4 pods. So I'm just dropping these down into the pod. You can pre-moisten these, you don't have to. And I'm going to put 1 there. One here. I'll put these all to the outside. I don't know if I'll keep this many going, if they all should germinate. When I've done 4 microtoms in here before, I'll be honest, it was pretty crowded. So these are a little bit bigger, so I may not want to do that with these, but we'll see. I mean, you hate thinning out plants once they get to a good size, but we'll see what happens. See how we feel. Anyway, so that's it. Pretty much set up. There we go. And then these empty spots here, you don't want a whole lot of light getting in there, because otherwise it'll grow algae. So a little bit of a stain on that one. So you can buy these caps, and they come in the different colors matching your Aerogarden, so they look kind of nice. Yeah, I normally don't put food in, but since I did start the ones outside with some bone meal and some blood meal, I think we'll kind of give this the benefit of the doubt, and we'll give this at least a half of a feed here. Okay, so now we have one more cover that goes right here. And then I just got to plug in. Now, if you feed it, that'll start the pump going. Okay, and that's it. Well, these are all set up and ready to go. Now we just have to be patient and see what they do. I think I'm going to go outside. I see that sun's over there on the green stalk. I think I'm going to go ahead and give those new seeds a watering and get them a good start too. Okay, let's give these a little water. And I'll just turn this every day, about a quarter of a turn. That's pretty much what I've been doing. As you can see, the microtons are still putting on a little bit for us, but they're also starting to look like they could use a break. They might be about done. And it rained a lot last night, so and we have more rain in the forecast, so I'm not too worried about that drying out right now. Well guys, thanks for joining me today as we planted a new variety of tomato. Look forward to seeing how that does inside and outside. And there should be a garden tour following here in just a few days, so hang on for that. Lots of new stuff going on. Look forward to showing you that. So thank you for joining me today. Until I see you next time, bye now.